Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins, Point Dread and the Talon Fighter. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you want to add Point Dread and the Talon Fighter to your collection, you can do so right now at Amazon at the link below. The prices change every day. Right now, it's currently sitting at, MSRP. So definitely check it out. And remember, if you do buy through that link, it will help out the channel with just a few pennies. So taking a closer look at the front of the box here, man, this thing is glorious. I say this every time, but I love this old school packaging with the painted artwork instead of a window box to see the figure or the vehicle inside. I love this artwork. You've got some Rotons attacking the Talon Fighter up top with Castle Grayskull with Point Dread already attached to the top. Down below you can see Point Dread with He-Man on the inside and Zodak climbing up the outside of Point Dread. You see Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, Merman, Beastman, and Triclops in a Roton. Tilting it down just a little bit so you can see the top of the package. It says Rugged Frontier Outpost, Talon Fighter for winged control, and then Battle Station high atop the castle, which is really cool. Action figures and, what does that say? Action figures and castles sold separately. Of course, you can't get that castle in this box. What are you thinking about? Here on the back, we're treated to some more glorious art with the mighty Talon Fighter perched atop its Eldritch Arc. The mysterious Point Dread traveled through time and space before Sorceress merged it with Castle Grayskull, which is really cool. We see another Roton, Point Dread high atop another mountainous peak, Stratos flying around, and we do see He-Man and Teela inside, which is a nod to the fact that you can get two figures inside this package. It says blast enemies with outpost cannon, or swap for radar dish for spying around the landscape. Which is really cool. You can see everything you get. You get some cross-sell with Dragon Blaster, Skeletor, King Randor, Slamurai, Snake Face, Snake Teela, and Snake Trooper. If you want to know how it comes packaged in the box, and there's a box inside of another box, everything comes wrapped loose in like these little plastic sheets or these little paper sheets, and you do have your instruction booklet. Here's everything with Point Dread that you get out of the box. Everything is unassembled and ready to assemble, so we're going to get ready and do that now. Just wanted to show everything how it comes once you get it unpackaged. And speaking of those instructions, here's a quick look at the instruction booklet, just in case you want to take a look at it before you get this yourself, or by chance, if you happen to have it and you didn't get an instruction booklet. I've known some people who didn't get instruction booklets with Snake Mountain recently, so I just wanted to flip through real quick, show off some of this stuff, show that you can use this with other bases, which is really cool, and then how it connects to Castle Grayskull over here, which is really neat. But there you have a closer look at the instruction booklet. All right, so let's get this thing sort of put together and assembled here. What we want to do is we're going to start off with taking the wings here and just kind of like popping them on the sides. They pop in really snugly. I don't even know if you could unplug these again if you wanted to. They seem to be like a one-time assembly. They snap in really tight and secure. And they don't feel like they're coming back out again. We're going to turn around here on the bottom and go ahead and get the legs inserted. There I go again, doing things off camera. Gosh, it's so hard to do this while looking through my my phone, which is kind of wild. So there we go. We got it lined up. We can see what we're doing now. We're just going to plug the feet in. And again, like the wings, they feel like a one-time assembly. Once you feel like you plug them in, they're in there. Here is the handle for swooshing, if you want to swoosh this thing around. The handle does come back off again. That is not a one-time assembly. You can take that on and take it off, put it on as you see fit. I love that they give us a plastic canopy. And here, let's go ahead and get the cannons on top, which looks really nice. The only thing with that handle, though, is that it doesn't really sit flush on the ground. So let's go ahead and pop that. I say you could do it. There you go. Let's get the thing popped off. And while I do dig the guns here on the top, if I can get my camera set up properly. I do want to see what it looks like with that radar dish, because this is how I remember it when I was a kid, and I kind of dig that look with that light blue and the dark blue together. Speaking of the dark blue, this is a really nice pearlescent blue that they have here on the canopy. Looks really good. I'm having a hard time getting this canopy open, and once you do, you're treated to the plastic on the inside. And then look at these stickers. You get all these really nice pre-applied stickers in here, which looks really cool. A bunch of dials and buttons and tools and a first aid kit and an axe and a fire extinguisher. Looks really cool. And then I just happened to grab Zodak here, and I did want to show off that you can put 2 figures in here. Why I didn't grab a second figure to show you that, I'm not sure why, but I only grabbed one off the shelf. But you can have 1 figure sitting in the back, 1 figure sitting in the front. Either way you want to do it, looks nice. Canopy closes smoothly and tightly. Either way, doesn't really matter. Here you can just see what it looks like. There's enough clearance in there. Let's go ahead and put this radar dish back on, and there you have it. There is Zodak flying around in the Talon Fighter. Just another look at these stickers that are already pre-applied all over. It looks really nice. Man, this just brings back so much nostalgia. This definitely was my favorite vehicle in the Motu line when I was a kid, and it's one I've been super looking forward to as an adult. I'm going to go ahead and pop off this radar dish for right now so I can show you what else we can do with that. So let's go ahead and bring in Point Dread itself. I love the dry brushing and the airbrushing and everything that it goes into the paint on this thing. It looks really nice. Some more pre-applied stickers on the inside. I think this was a cardboard insert, if I'm not mistaken, when we were kids, but now this is fully plastic and molded, and it's got some panels and some tech lines in there. And then here's the top portion as well. It looks really nice. It's got a nice airbrush to it. The dark paint leading up the stairs, which gives some kind of forced perspective. It looks like they're farther away in the distance when you get this thing applied to Castle Grayskull, but you can just pop this thing right here on top, and it looks really nice when it's all plugged in together. Looks really cool. You do have to kind of like push it in there really well and make sure it like clicks into place, and it is removable. It's not a one-time assembly. You can pull that on and off as you see fit. And then you can put the radar dish on top if you want for a spy outpost, like the package said, or you can put the gun emplacement up there as well if you want to have like a little outpost that's shooting guns and stuff like that, lasers. Now, here's one thing that is a little disappointing, and I'm not sure why they did not go ahead and do this, but you cannot put a figure inside of here. A standard Motu figure will not fit inside of this thing, so I'm not sure why. It's like about a head too tall. I'm not sure why they did that. They could have really, you know, just added some more plastic to the bottom of Point Dread to really make that possible. But you can put the cannon right here on Point Dread without the top, and you know, have a little gun emplacement if you'd like, sitting next to your castle. Wouldn't look bad. But, you know, for me, this bottom portion is probably going to go in my accessory bin because I really dig the way this connects to the castle, and that's probably how it's going to go on my display. So the last thing we can plug on top is the perch for the Talon Fighter itself. It does have some plugs in there so that you can plug the feet of the Talon Fighter in, no problem. And let's bring in the Talon Fighter to see how it perches on top. And there's little 2 holes in the feet that fit right down on the plugs, and it fits in there nice and snugly, and doesn't feel like it's going to fall off or tilt one way or the other. It's nicely balanced, and it fits on there perfectly, and I have no fears that this thing is going to fall off once you have it connected to your Castle Grayskull. And like the instructions said, if you have any other flight bases here, I have a couple that I keep on my display for different things. The plugs are the same. So if you want to, you know, have your Talon Fighter, you know, plugged into one of these other bases, go ahead and get that snapped in there properly. It will sit on these flight stands, no problem. It's perfectly balanced, so there's no problem with it like tilting forward or falling off. And once you get it plugged in there, this one's a much tighter fit. You can see how it holds it nicely, and I think that's a very nice touch. I think you can even use it with the one that comes with Stridor as well. And bringing in Castle Grayskull, which is not going to fit inside of my review space. I just wanted to show how the top of Point Dread connects to the castle, what it looks like, and then how the Talon Fighter sits atop. It just looks really nice. It's really cool. Again, this is a nice addition to the castle, and I loved it as a kid, and I'm really, really happy to have it as an adult. I love the way this connects. I love the idea of adding things to the castle and to Snake Mountain and to any other place that we get to sort of like round out the display options for this thing. And there you have it. There's a closer look at the Talon Fighter and Point Dread accessory set for Castle Grayskull. I loved having this thing as a kid, and I absolutely love having it as an adult. Like I said, it's one of my absolute favorite all-time vehicles when I was a kid, and having it again as an adult to add to my Castle Grayskull display is just icing on the cake. I absolutely love this vehicle set. The colors, the shapes, the molding, the nice additions that they've added to it in this update. It's just everything about it, to me, is absolute perfection, and I love it. Thank you, Mattel, for making one of my dreams come true. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this episode. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am the Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.